Welcome to the Daily Drop from SHW Offroad. Today you are on look because we are talking about DIY drawer systems, some of our big tips around it, and major things to consider when it comes to building your own drawer system. I'm Jake, I'm from SHW Offroad. That's what we do, is we build drawer systems all day, every single day, often 7 times a week, as we try to catch up on orders and stuff like that. So we built a ton of them, and we've got a few things maybe to share with you to think about when it comes to building your own. Okay, so we're gonna dive right in. Drawer tip number 1, buy good material. Don't buy big box store cheap plywood. Okay, buy good plywood. And there is good plywood. You can sometimes find good plywood at like Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, but buy the good stuff. Don't buy the cheapest stuff you can find. They don't hold screws well. They delaminate pretty easily. They're super heavy. They're incredibly inconsistent. They bow. They're not very stable. So buy good material. If you want a long-lasting drawer system and you want to do it once, buy good material. Number 2, keep it simple. Save weight, stay nimble. You don't need usually a nested drawer system. The functionality of nested drawer systems are pretty impressive. I'm going to try to pull one up for you. It's really impressive when you can just show up at camp, take 5 seconds and pull out a nested kitchen setup out of your truck, right? It can be super, super handy and quick. The problem I have with them, and we have with them, is they can be limited in their functionality. They add a ton of complexity to the system. They add a ton of weight and they waste a lot of space usually. Okay, so consider all that before you build a full nested setup. Right? If you're going to do it well. This is a really well done one actually. But I see a ton of people DIY these and just waste so much space in their drawers, and it adds so much weight, cost. They break often. They just don't work well. The moment you change your stove, all of a sudden it doesn't work, or the moment you change your fridge, everything's got to change, right? And so that's a big reason that a lot of people end up building 1, 2, 3 systems, up to 3 iterations of a drawer system, is because their needs change, and they've built each system for a very specific workflow and need, and all of a sudden they find themselves, back to square one in a simple 2-drawer setup. So keep it simple. Okay, you save a ton of weight, you save yourself a ton of grief, a lot of money, and a lot of time. Okay, I know that these drawer systems out there, these nested systems and stuff, they look really cool. They look super functional, but I promise there are cons to them, right? And you need to consider them heavily, make sure that it's right for you before you do it. That's number 2. Number 3, think long and hard about what you want. In a similar vein, a lot of people will see a build like this or other builds, even the simple ones, and the first 1 or 2 designs, that's what they'll try to go and copy. But really consider, do I want or need a sink in my drawer, right? Or would I rather have a basin that I can take wherever I want, fill up over in the river, and not have to worry about getting water all over my gear or in my truck, or have to worry about running a little drain or popping this out, right? This would be much better used, in my opinion, for utensils or whatever. So think about the way you camp, the way you travel, and make sure you apply that to your drawer system. Take some serious thought. Learn from those that have already done this, right? Like I said, a lot of the people that have built a drawer system have built 2 or 3, and they've learned from their mistakes and they know what they want. So if you can't find someone that's built 1 or 3 and learn from their mistakes, right? They'll tell you what they love and what they don't love about their old systems and stuff like that. Number 4, consider your finish. A lot of people default to the easiest one or the easiest 2. People like to stain them or they like to carpet them, which is fine. Some finish is better than none, but consider how carpet ages, how much dirt it holds in, that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of pros and cons to really every finish, but there's a reason we don't use carpet on almost any of our products. Stain is not super protective, right? It takes a ton of clear coat to make this a protective finish. So it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. We love bed liner. That's what we use in almost all our products. A lot of people get a little worried about the texture. They either don't love the look, it doesn't look as refined enough for them, or they're afraid of a rough texture, which are really genuine concerns. But the trade-offs are worth it. It's incredibly durable. It's really easy. Well, I shouldn't say really easy. It's relatively easy to roll on, but it's hard to get a smooth texture. That's where it's worth spending money from a pre-manufactured one like ours. Goose Gear does a really good job of this. They spray a really fine texture bed liner, which works well, and we're constantly refining ours, and we've got it to a point that our bed liner is relatively fine textured as well, like a really fine sandpaper, which grips equipment well, but doesn't hurt your skin when you're touching it and stuff. So that's our choice, bed liner. Those are all the reasons why we use it, and maybe why you should too. Last, maybe most important, if you're going to use drawer slides, use good ones. Do not use cheap kitchen grade drawer slides. You need good drawer slides that are rated for dynamic loads, right? These things are bouncing in your vehicle down some of the roughest roads in the country or outside the country. So buy good drawer slides. They need to be rated to a heavy degree. They have a heavy load rating rather. You probably want full extension. There's a lot of good drawer slides now that are pretty affordable. You can buy locking 250 pound, 300 pound drawer slides for like 120 bucks now, which wasn't always the case. So might seem a little expensive, but really it's quite affordable in the grand scheme of things. You'll thank me later for it because they'll be way quieter. They'll hold up to abuse better. They'll just be way more enjoyable to use. So don't go cheap on your drawer slides. That's all I got for you. I think there's some really good info in there, and they're common mistakes that I see. Recap: use good material, don't buy cheap wood. Keep it simple. Think long and hard about what you want. Consider the finish and use good slides. All right? Any questions, issues, inquiries? Let us know. Drop a comment, message me. My number's on the SHWOffroad.com website. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. If you'd like to provide some input, and if you want to dictate what we talk about in the future, let us know because we use your feedback to decide. But thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.